Hey guys, Gian here of GadgetPhilippines.net and welcome. And of course, with me is my friend, Mr. Eman Tortosa.
Hello.
Okay. Alright, so today we're going to discuss the latest laptops by ASUS. And last week, that was Holy Tuesday, ASUS treated us with a few things.
Yes.
No? And they showed us a few things as well. Last April 16 and at Piña Loco. Piña Loco.
Piña Colina.
Piña Colina, yeah, at Tagaytay, Tagaytay City.
Yeah.
And of course, the event was an event, of course, that they arranged to introduce their latest products. Again, Eman, what are the things that they discussed during the event?
Well, they talked about basically they're collaborating with there's now a joint strike force of AMD processors and NVIDIA graphics cards. Yeah, so this is now one of the highlights was their TUF gaming series. And they also talked about the new refreshed Zephyrus lineup. And then there's also a new Zephyrus. There's actually quite a number of new devices that they talked about, which we'll be discussing later. So that includes the new Zephyrus G and the new Strix G, which is supposedly a more affordable alternative to the Scar and Hero edition. So if you want a more affordable solution for the Scar or the Hero, you can get the Strix G. And there's also the Scar and Hero 3. Yep. And then there's also news about the ROG Mothership.
The announcement that they'll be bringing
there was a big announcement about it.
Way back in CES, but they did not say that they'll be bringing to the Philippines. But eventually, last April 16, they announced that they'll bring it.
They said they'll bring it here to those who are actually interested at the ROG Mothership.
Right.
It will be coming here. They didn't say when though.
Right. And even the price, did that say anything about it?
Neither is the price, but at least we know it's coming here.
So just to wrap things up, they discussed about the 9th gen Intel processor powered laptops and also Ryzen 3rd gen Ryzen laptops. The new TUF gaming line that they have. They also announced a few refreshes of the ROG line. And of course Zephyrus. They also announced this new Zephyrus G with the all black design. I kind of dig it. Sobrang gusto ko siya, no? And also of course Mothership. Okay, let's now drill down to the details of their TUF gaming lineup, because the TUF gaming it starts at less than 50,000, so 50,000 up to 75,000 plus. It's a pretty competitive segment, and a lot of people have been saying lately na ang laptop na yan parang it's becoming too expensive. Laptops are 100,000 and above. It's a little different and difficult sometimes to find a decent gaming laptop below 100,000. And here comes ASUS introducing a new line. It's not new anyway, the TUF gaming line is not new, but the new laptops that they're introducing are pretty competitive in terms of specifications. Now let's have a roundup of the new products. These are FX505DD, FX505DT, FX505DU, and FX705DU. So what are the things that they need to know about these new products, Eman?
So basically, the new TUF gaming series, if you remember correctly, kasi they launched the FX505DY, I believe a few months ago. That's their latest launch. That had the Ryzen processor.
The 2nd gen?
I believe it was second or third. And it also had an AMD graphics card. So that's a purely AMD gaming laptop. And now they've explored another combination naman. So now they're going for Ryzen processors plus NVIDIA GPUs
for the TUF gaming.
And not just any NVIDIA GPUs. They're putting Turing GPUs. So the latest NVIDIA GPUs, not RTX ones, but At least the ones that are the 1660 Ti, for example, is there.
So it's finally confirmed. Confirmed. 1660 Ti and 1660 powered GPU powered laptops are coming to the Philippines by, of course, brought to you by ASUS. So FX505, ang daming yung bago. DD, DT, DU, and the FX705. What are the details that they need to know about this? Apart from, of course, powered by AMD Ryzen, and of course, the Turing architecture GPUs.
Actually, the FX505DD, it's actually when you single it out, it's the only one with the Ryzen 5. It uses a Ryzen 5. And then the rest uses a Ryzen 7.
Okay.
So basically that's
so the DT version.
Yeah, that's the DD version. I think that's the only major difference if computing wise or hardware wise. And then by GPU kasi they're all the same. They have a 1650, and then the DU.
The DU
and the FX705, the FX505 and the FX705 DU both have a 1660 Ti.
So the for you to be able to understand clearly, the DU versions, these are the ones with the 1660 Ti, 6 gig GDDR6 GPU. So yun yung difference. But in terms of processor, Ryzen 5 si DD, and then starting with the DT, Ryzen 7.
Ryzen 7. Yep.
Okay, so that's I mean, to erase the confusion, DD is the barest of the bare, right? So
except for the kasi yung DU, the FX705 DU, everything is 5 kasi, di ba?
Right.
FX505 DD, DU. All of those are 15-inch laptops.
Okay.
The FX705, however, has a 17.6-inch display.
So when you see a 7 there,
that means it's a 17-inch. So kung sino mas malaki na version ng FX505 DU, basically, you get an FX705 DU. Basically, they're almost because they're the same, except that the displays are different. Yeah.
Right, the displays are different. Right. By the way, guys, as we're discussing this, you can check out our articles. It's in the description down below, and you can also check out that gadget.
All the specs are already published in some articles. So if you wanna look at them,
you can go check it out as reference.
Actually, to what even the prices are actually there, at least for the FX, for the 505 series
down to the 705.
705.
Okay, so the 505 DD and DT, they only have 4 gig of RAM, which I think is just enough. But you can expand.
I believe you can expand.
So I think that's not going to be an issue for those of you who are for now budget muna, but eventually if you already have the budget for it, you can upgrade it.
Yeah.
But there's something that I noticed here. All of them, except for the FX705, they all have 120 Hz panel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is deliberate because they did not say anything about it.
Yeah, they didn't say how.
The FX705 does not have a 120 Hz panel. Is this a supply issue, or did they just simply say anything about it?
They didn't say anything about it, so it might just be. It might be something that they'll confirm in the future. But when they talked about it, when they discussed about it, they didn't really say anything about it. But
the cool thing about this is that when you get all of these products, of course, to be confirmed C705, you're getting a 120 Hz panel. So that means you're guaranteed for as long as the system is able to support it.
Yes.
You can run up to 120 frames per second games. Now this is perfect if you're playing let's say PUBG or first person shooter, or let's say games like Division, you would appreciate it even better.
Because the 1660 Ti is actually in the middle of around 1070 to 1070 performance, 1070 Ti. Mga ganun. Yeah. So you're getting that much performance for a laptop that's basically won't really cost you an arm and a leg.
That's right.
So yeah.
All right. Pretty interesting specifications for all the the new FX lines here, and of course, siyempre importante dito is the price, because the price is really good.
Yeah.
It's at 49,995, and if you have budget already, you probably spend about 2,000 or 3,000 pesos for another 8 gig, or 4,000 maybe, and for the 8 gig RAM. Then that's all up to you. 4 plus, or probably another 4 to make it 8 gig. Okay. But then, pretty interesting because dati GTX 1050 ang usapan. Yun yung quote-unquote God tier.
Yeah. God when it comes to the more affordable
price segment. Yeah. But this time, we already have 1650. Of course, during architecture na ito. And I must say, I am really impressed with how they're pricing their products right now.
Yes, actually, it's really very interesting.
120 hertz pa.
Yep.
120 hertz.
So you get, a lot of the premium features for less than the usual price tag.
So, of course, we also have ROG. Okay? But if you're in the, mid-tier to upper-tier type of consumer, then that's the time you jump now to ROG.
Yep.
Of course, these are also combinations of NVIDIA and also Ryzen.
Yes.
And are there also 9th gen products or 9th gen processors from Intel?
Yes, of course. There are. Yeah.
Also, so
that's for the Zephyrus, of course. The Zephyrus lineup.
Zephyrus line. Okay, so but before we go to the Strix, the new Strix lineup, there is this AMD powered with NVIDIA Turing.
Yeah.
From ROG.
Yes.
It's part of the Zephyrus line. It is new. The Zephyrus GA series.
Yes.
It's different because it's catering to people who would want to have or own a Zephyrus, but don't have the money to buy the OG Zephyrus ones.
The higher end models.
Okay, Eman, can you tell us about the GA502DU?
Yeah, so they call it the Zephyrus G. So this one runs on a Ryzen 7 third generation processor and it has 8 gigs of RAM. And the interesting thing about it is it has an RTX 2060.
Okay,
so
Max-Q.
Yeah, so you get an RTX 2060 Max-Q design. So that means you get basically the usual goodies that you get from a Zephyrus.
Right.
So the slim design. So and then basically what you'll see in a premium Zephyrus is here. Most of the things there are here.
So it's like a not low scale, but how do you call this? Parang younger brother ni Zephyrus M. Zephyrus M.
Yep.
With RTX 2060.
Yes. Max-Q.
So the benefit of getting an RTX 2060 laptop with a RTX 2060 is that you get to enjoy DXR on direct DX12, no? That means you can play games with the ray tracing. Okay? Ray tracing. Pero syempre, not all games currently are supporting this kind of technology because it's a new technology.
Yes.
It's currently, nag-i-improve pa siya over time. And recently nga lang, doon lang lumabas yung sa Metro, di ba? Yung latest Metro, even the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, recently lang lumabas yung ray tracing features of these games. Although, announced siya beforehand, but they just currently rolling them out. But this time, with the new one, RTX 2060 na Zephyrus, you will, of course, Emon will tell us the price later on. Did they say anything about the price?
No, they haven't.
Okay.
Yep.
With this, of course, you get to enjoy all these things. But I believe, if I may say, I don't think it's going to be more expensive than the Zephyrus M.
Of course.
Kasi iba ang target ito is yung creative people and even the college students who love gaming and productivity.
Yeah.
Okay. So Eman, what can you tell us more about the GA502DU?
So in terms of storage, you get up to a 512GB SSD. And display, you get a 15-inch IPS display. So they have a 60Hz and a 120Hz variant for this.
Okay.
So if you prefer if you don't mind, a 60Hz panel, you should save a bit more, I guess, because I'm guessing that the price for the 60Hz variant will probably be a bit lower than the 120Hz variant. So if you want to save a bit, if you don't mind 60Hz, then you can get the 60Hz.
60Hz.
Yeah. Also, otherwise, if you're really into, if you want a really more fluid, more smooth animation, motion for your games, you can get the 120Hz version.
Right. So, you know what, Eman, di pa rin matanggal sa isip ko yung pwedeng price nito eh.
Yeah.
Because I think
it's really quite interesting if you're actually gonna guess the price of this one, because there are so many models now that it's really so hard to tell them apart as far as pricing is concerned.
Correct.
It's hard to guess really. So it's gonna be very interesting how much this will be priced. Where of course this won't most likely be priced higher than the in other Zephyrus models, but so we really can't wait to see how much ASUS is gonna price this one. Yeah, because I believe if they price this thing right, the Zephyrus G, it will really sell well.
It will sell well.
Yeah, because of what it really offers. The only thing that you don't get from this thing basically is RGB lighting on the keyboard.
Right.
Because it has one color.
One color.
White. Yeah.
Right. So one color lang siya.
So you only get a white backlit keyboard. Honestly, I personally don't mind it.
I don't mind it.
Right. I don't mind it. But if you do, then you might wanna consider the other models. But seriously, it's not really a big thing.
Okay, guesstimate tayo. I think the 60 hertz one would price about 89 to 94,000.
That's how they would price.
Yeah, they should price it that way or even less than that.
Yeah, mga 79.
Hello, sana. 79, masyado namang mura pero bali natin. Bali natin.
Yeah.
So, I guess it's the possibilities there na nandun na price siya because if you compare it with their competitor, I will not mention any competitors here, but the closest that they have is priced at 99,000.
Yeah.
But that is I believe is with the 60 hertz.
Yeah, that's a 60 hertz panel.
But if the price is lower than that, then that's way better.
That's way better.
So, tingnan natin. No? If ASUS can
do it,
can keep up with how their competitor is pricing their products.
They did it before, so I won't be surprised if he can do it again.
Tingnan natin. So it's the challenge is on ASUS.
You guys probably can send them a message. Demand,
please price it this way.
Yeah, I'm sure that if the demand is, ASUS is a company that listens to its consumers.
Right.
So if the demand is enough, probably they'll price it really, really well.
All right, so let's now talk about the G531, no?
Yep.
And the Strix lineup.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the ones with the Intel powered chip.
Yeah.
All right, go.
So basically now we have apart from the things that we discussed, that we already discussed. So ASUS also announced a refreshed lineup of Zephyrus laptops and Strix laptops, and they also announced quite some new ones actually that people already mentioned earlier, like the Strix G,
right,
and the new Scar 3 and Hero 3. Yeah, so we'll go over this list. So unfortunately they didn't provide the entire the full list of specs for everything else apart from what we discussed. So I guess they're like hyping it up for
the big release.
For the big release, where we're guessing it's somewhere in, I don't know, maybe sa Computex or something. I don't know.
Oh, but that would be too long for them to announce it, no?
Yeah, but maybe they're hyping it up for something. I don't know.
But definitely we'll see these products again at Computex.
Yeah. We can't wait to actually have a hands on at least these products, yung mga bago.
Okay.
So the first one is. So basically the major change that they did for most of the new Zephyrus laptops will be the bump to the 9th gen processors from Intel, and also there are some na in-upgrade nila yung display to a whopping 240 hertz. 240 hertz, 3 milliseconds. That's like unprecedented for a laptop. I mean, at 144 hertz, sobrang fluid na tsaka smooth and then they pushed it up to even 240. So imagine how smooth or how fluid your game will look like on a 240 hertz display. Of course, that means you have to have the horsepower to run it. So you can assume that laptop or those laptops will have RTX graphics cards or very powerful hardware. So
you don't want to play just Sonic the Hedgehog. So
this is now the premium side of things.
Right.
Kanina kasi we're talking about the more lower end to the mid-range stuff.
But they didn't say the prices either.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So this is, well, assured naman to na medyo you were gonna this is something premium eh. So okay, so first up is the Zephyrus S. So there's already the Zephyrus S out before, and now they've refreshed it to a 9th gen Intel processor. And then it's now powered by the RTX 2070.
Okay, so kanina si GA is 2060 Max Q. This one is RTX 2070 Max Q.
And 240 Hz refresh rate, 3 milliseconds response time. And then you get, now the interesting is another interesting feature of these laptops is just you can manually switch from the Gsync mode. It has Gsync, by the way. Yun, isa pa yun, Gsync. It has Gsync and Optimus mode. So you can manually switch between the two.
Optimus mode is for the
NVIDIA Optimus technology. So basically what it does is para siyang power management scheme. That basically allows you to save battery life when you don't need the laptop to perform at
optimal level.
Yeah. So say when you're just, typing or just browsing the web, you don't really need the full power of your machine. So basically what it does is parang it optimizes the laptop in such a way that you can use it, and the experience is still good, but you're saving a lot of battery. So you can extend the battery life. And yung feature ngayon is that you can manually switch.
So if you
really wanna go Optimus all the way, if you wanna do that, pwede yan.
You don't need Gsync all the way. So
yeah. Unless maarte ka sa display. But yeah, yan.
Right.
And then next is of course the Zephyrus M. Meron na siyang magnesium alloy body, so medyo it's built sturdy
but not too heavy.
Yeah, of course don't drop it. But and then it can be charged via its USB-C port using probably a power delivery enabled power bank.
The ASUS has power delivery.
ASUS has one,
power bank.
So yan. And then dual M.2 NVMe SSDs in RAID 0 configuration. So that means RAID 0 is, I believe, mirroring.
RAID 0 is they joined both.
Okay.
So if it's 500 and 500, they'll make it 1 terabyte.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I think there's a problem with RAID 0. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but when, for example, one of the disks gets corrupted, all of your files will get corrupted now. So you don't get the chance to retrieve them unless you use a software to retrieve everything. Okay. Also, I noticed that it also has a new DAC.
They say it as a high-res audio certification.
That's something for you, sir. That's something for you.
I mean well, SCAR naman kasi yun eh. But the previous ASUS ROG laptops that we reviewed, especially the SCAR 2, I think it really had a good speaker.
Right.
Ang laki ng in-improve. As in, ang laki ng improve. So, I'm guessing they also improved it now for the Zephyrus line. So, we're expecting the same great quality sound or even better dun sa
Now let's call up Jam and Cheta kasi Strix na yung pag-usapan natin, no? Hero and Scar.
Yeah.
I remember Jam buying Scar ba before? Pero this time Hero. Ngayon, iba na. Okay, so we have Hero 3 and Scar 3 na refresh versions. This one's Eman, tama no? This one also has the same RTX, no?
I believe,
powered kasi syempre lahat naman naka-RTX, nas to hindi, no? Sayang naman.
And then now yung kanilang RGB, if you remember the SCAR 2 that we reviewed, so it has an RGB chin. So may RGB yung parang unahan niya. So dito sa bagong SCAR 3 and Hero 3, it now extends to the side.
Oh, okay.
So kumbaga parang paikot na siya. So they've already covered the sides.
So it looks even better on your desk, no?
Oh, wow. If you're an RGB guy, if you fancy the colors.
You fancy it, diba?
Yeah. Syempre that's battery consumption, but kung hindi ka naman but it looks better. I think it looks better.
So apart from being better, of course, it also way more it has more power.
Now, one new feature that they've added to the Scar 3 and Hero 3 is the new keystone system.
Keystone?
Yeah, so basically, para siyang key. Well, basically, keystone. Literally, it's a key. It's a key in the form of, parang siyang...
Keychain?
Parang siyang USB. Mukha siyang USB.
Alright.
I believe it's also RGB lit. Yung that keystone.
Alright.
They call it. So, basically, what it does is, they say that one of its features is that it stores your Armory Crate settings into it. So, whatever your setting is on your laptop, ni-store niya doon.
Okay. So,
if you say, nagkaroon ng problema yung laptop mo,
or you go to another
compatible device na may ganun, you don't have to reconfigure everything from the top.
So, mga esports.
So that saves you
players dyan.
A few minutes of time. Yun nga, sa mga tournaments, probably. Yun maganda, actually. Kasi sa mga tournaments, players have their own settings.
Right.
So, if you wanna, all you have to do is plug it in. I don't know how it works yet.
Because sometimes yung Armory Crate kasi, diba, it also includes configurations for your keyboard and
for your
mouse,
Aura Sync, lahat.
And if you want to get in the zone without, spending too much time, and you're just bringing with you your compatible peripherals, like the one we have right here, you just put on your
I think
stuff.
Even yung mga fan profiles nandun.
Fan profiles as well. Saksak mo yung keystone, and that's it.
So basically, it will be catered to you. So parang nakastore siya dun. Another thing that I believe that it can do is that you can use it as a security device to unlock the laptop. So maybe if it's not plugged in, no one can use it. So something like that.
Okay.
So the interesting thing, more interesting thing about it is it opens a lot of possibilities for developers, assuming they open the SDK to everyone. It opens a lot of possibilities for developers and even gaming brands to actually play with it. Maybe apply it in a game or something.
Right.
Maybe apply it in other applications as well. Ayan. So it's a very interesting technology that they've introduced. It might sound, it may look like parang USB lang yan na sinasaksak mo. But it's not really. It's a bit more than that.
It's part of the ecosystem that ASUS is trying to build.
They're expanding their lineup, not just in products themselves, but in features pa.
Now we also have the latest, the Strix G lineup. What can you tell us about this?
So basically, the 6G is the affordable alternative for the Scar 3 and the Hero 3. So if you want something more affordable than those two, you can get these. The feature, basically, it still has, a 144 Hz display. You get a 15.6 inch or 17.3 inch display. You also get RGB lighting, Aura Sync.
Right.
Yeah, so, and still, I believe these also have 9 gen, I believe.
9 gen CPUs.
9 gen
from Intel.
CPUs, yeah.
And so of course, RTX.
Yeah, RTX, probably RTX.
One thing that I noticed here is that it also includes a trackpad that converts into a numpad. So just to save on the space, to maximize the keyboard.
It's a good thing that they bring in things like that to the gaming lineup.
Next, we have the Zephyrus S.
Zephyrus S,
the GX531 and GX701.
GX701. Okay. So the Zephyrus S, though, for the GX531, actually they didn't mention a lot of details about these two, but what they said is that the GX531 can have will be available for at a 15-inch variant and a 17-inch screen. So you can choose between a 15-inch, 17-inch. If you get the 15-inch, you get an SDR display with 240 Hz of refresh rate.
All right, but you get the 17-inch.
If you get the 17-inch, you get an HDR display, but with 144 Hz refresh rate. So you're sacrificing refresh rate for quality ng screen. Yeah. So if depending na yun sa'yo kung ano yung gusto mo.
What is the difference then between the GX531 and the GX701? Is it more on the specifications?
I believe so, because the GX701, yeah, I believe that's it. That's a difference. That's a big difference
In terms of specs.
Yeah.
And of course, last but not the least, syempre, we heard this during CES 2019, and this is the ROG Mothership GX700. I'm interested here. It's a totally different kind of a computer.
Yeah,
a laptop.
It's supposed to be a desktop replacement.
Oh no, pero it's in a different form.
Yeah, you can take it out. You can.
I haven't seen this because I wasn't there when they announced it at CES.
Yeah.
No? But it is interesting to know how you will bring this with you.
Yeah.
By the way, for those of you who are currently asking, this one is currently their most powerful laptop. No? It has Core i9-9980 HK.
An overclock.
Overclock to.
i9.
9th gen.
Yeah.
And it also has a 4K 60 Hz with 100% Adobe RGB display.
You can choose.
We can choose
between the 4K and the Full HD.
If I'm gonna ask you, what will you choose? The 4K or the 1080, the Full HD with 144
Well, I still want more fluidity, so I go for the Full HD.
For the Full HD
because I get 144 Hz refresh rate.
Oh, okay. Gamer ka pala.
Yeah. Right. If I was a creative, then I might go for the 60 Hz.
60 Hz.
Yeah, but if you're a gamer, then if you appreciate more fluid visuals, more smooth transitions, animations in your games,
you go for
the 144 Hz.
Okay, now the best news about this is that they will be bringing this to the Philippines officially, but they did not say when and even how much it is. They still need to disclose this, and we cannot wait to know more about the availability of the mothership.
Yes.
Okay. Among all the products that they announced last April 16, and of course today, for those of you who are currently watching this, ano yung mas interesting sa'yo?
Actually, I have two. I think the new TUF gaming series.
The new TUF gaming.
Very very interesting kasi it's like redefining how much a gaming laptop should cost. It's bringing more premium features to more consumers. Yeah.
And that's exactly the reason why they're calling this Redefine 2019. And I think what Eman said here is basically the reason, no, kung bakit nila ginawa yun. It's a revolutionized type of pricing kasi sobrang mura talaga niya at 49. Given the fact that these ones have 1650, no? GTX 1650 and 3rd gen Ryzen
120 Hz.
120 Hz. But to me, if you're gonna ask me, I would probably go with the new Zephyrus GA502. Okay, I like that. I haven't really experienced much about using a Ryzen powered Zephyrus, but it's something for me to try and for me to really appreciate the small details that it can offer to me and also to a lot of consumers. Right? So I guess that's about it, Eman. Thank you so much for sharing us your expertise about these new products. Again, guys, if you want to know more about this, you can check out the product articles that we took up for you. The links are now in the description down below.
Yes.
And if you want to see what happened or what transpired during the event last April 16, we also put up a video about it. Alright, so again, thank you, Eman.
Thank you.
Again, this has been Gian of GadgetPilipinas.net. Salamat sa panonood, and we'll catch you on to the next video.